and happy Sunday. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Emma and I'm so happy you clicked on my What's for Dinner video. I hope you love it. We'll give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. I post a What's for Dinner video every week. It is 4 easy, affordable, and delicious weeknight dinners that I made for my husband and I the previous week. So let's jump right on into this week's What's for Dinner video. Here is everything I'm going to be using for tonight's dinner. I am preheating my oven to 400 degrees. In my baking dish here, we are going to add some cherry tomatoes and some Boursin shallot and chive cheese. Next, I'm going to add some olive oil along with a teaspoon of minced garlic, a little Italian seasoning, and some crushed red pepper flakes. Now we're going to pop it into a 400 degree oven for 30 minutes. Next, we are going to fry up a pound of ground beef. And then back here, we are going to bring a pot of salted water to a boil for some pasta. And I'm just going to use some rigatoni pasta today. And then for our meat, I'm just going to season it with a little salt and a little pepper. My pasta water is boiling up, so now we're going to cook our pasta. Give it a stir, stir, stir. All right, now we're just gonna let that cook up. Our meat is cooked, our noodles are done. And so is my Boursin cheese and tomatoes. We're just gonna kind of smush it with my little meat musher. Now I'm gonna add my meat. Add a stir, stir, stir. Now we're going to add some of our pasta. Give that a stir, stir, stir. I'm going to use some of the pasta water in here. Okay, that's all done. And then there it is, all served up. My puff pastry, that'll be up already on my channel. But here it is, delicious. For tonight's dinner, I'm gonna put some of this seasoned sirloin steak into my slow cooker with a 1/4 cup of apple juice, and I'm gonna slow cook this on low for 8 hours. After the 8 hours, once my steak was cooked, I just took it out and put it on a cutting board, and we're gonna let it rest for a few minutes. Meanwhile, I'm gonna put some of this Fiesta Nacho cheese soup mix into a measuring cup, along with like a 1/4 of the can full of milk. Give that a good old stir, stir, stir till it's all blended up. And then I'm just gonna set that to the side while we cook up some tortillas for our nachos. We're using corn tortillas. We're just gonna cut them into little triangles. I'm just gonna use my little pizza cutter here. I thought I was being creative using my pizza cutter to make my tortilla chips all pretty. But while I'm doing this, my husband's just sitting there laughing at me like, why are you going to all that work to cut up the tortillas with the pizza cutter? I'm like, because look, they're pretty. He said, no, this is how you do it. And he just ripped them apart. Anyway, once our tortilla chips were cut and ripped apart, we fried them up in just a little bit of olive oil, and we're just gonna fry them up until they are a light golden brown. While my husband is flipping the tortilla chips, I'm just gonna spray my baking sheet with a little non-stick cooking spray. And then once the tortilla chips were done, we just took them out, let them rest on a paper towel to drain off some of that oil. Okay, now our delicious homemade tortilla chips are cooked. We're gonna put our oven on to broil at 170 and cut up our steak. Okay, our steak is cut up. Now time to assemble our nachos. So on my baking sheet, I laid down our delicious homemade tortilla chips. Then I poured some of that Fiesta nacho cheese soup mixture that we made earlier on top of the tortilla chips. Then I added our steak. And then I'm gonna just sprinkle on some Mexican 4-cheese cheese. Then I'm gonna pop it under the broiler and we're gonna let this broil just until the cheese is melted for about 3 to 5 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. Here's our toppings. We have some extra cheese, some guacamole, some sliced green onions, some sour cream, and some hot sauce. Here it is out of the oven.
And then here it is without toppings.
And then we just left it on our baking sheet and ate it like that. Delicious. Here's everything I'm going to be using for tonight's dinner. I am preheating my oven to 350 degrees. And I'm gonna start frying up some of this sausage. This is 16 ounces of premium sausage. While this fries up, over here in my little baking dish, I'm gonna spray a little non-stick cooking spray. And I'm going to stuff some of this manicotti pasta with a string cheese. And then I'm gonna lay them in my baking dish. But first, I think I'm gonna do a little mushroom marinara sauce at the bottom. If I can open it. All right, just do that. Now I'm gonna stuff the manicotti with a string cheese. And we're just gonna lay them in there. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just gonna do that. My oven is preheated to 350. You're gonna continue frying up this brown sausage. Okay, the sausage is cooked up. Now I'm gonna add my marinara sauce with a little bit of water. Give it a stir, stir, stir. Now I'm going to pour the marinara sauce on top of our manicotti. I'm going to do a thin layer of mozzarella. A little sprinkle of Italian seasoning. And then into my 350 degree oven. It goes for 45 minutes. Here it is out of the oven. And then there it is all served up. I just served it up with a little side salad. Delicious. Here is everything I'm going to be using for our side dishes. This morning I woke up and put 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I'm gonna season it up with a little cracked pepper and lemon. It's 5 o'clock. Next, I'm gonna put some hickory brown sugar, Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. And then finally, an 8-ounce can of pineapple tidbits with the juice. Into my slow cooker. Now I'm gonna pop the lid on and I'm gonna slow cook it on low for 8 hours. And that's all cooked up. It's just keeping warm. Meanwhile, I've preheated my oven to 425 degrees and we're gonna get our potato ready. So I'm gonna wash it and I'm gonna stab some holes in it. My husband and I are just gonna share a half a potato. All right. Now I'm gonna slather it in some olive oil. All right, a little salt, a little pepper. Give a little potato massage. I think more of the salt and pepper got on my hands than they did on the actual potato. Cover it. And then into my 425-degree oven it goes for 50 minutes. All by its lonesome. When there was about 5 minutes left on the potato, I cooked up some beans. Everything is done. My chicken is done, my potato is done, and my beans are done. Now time to serve it up. And then on top of our chicken, we're just going to add some of the sauce that was left over in the slow cooker. For our potato, we added some butter, some cheddar cheese, our beans, some green onion, and a dollop of sour cream. That was our potato. Then we're going to have some coleslaw on the side as well. There it is, all served up. Delicious. And that concludes this week's What's for Dinner video. I hope it gave you some meal ideas and some inspiration to cook at home. I hope you loved this week's What's for Dinner video. We'll give it a thumbs up and then consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. I would love for you to come back on Friday and watch my puff pastry video. Have a spectacular week. Bye.